Well, we just saw the game animation video for the 2016-2017 season, which is going to be awesome here in Oregon. I hope you're all excited. I am Aaryn Curl. I am your FTC head championship referee for the state of Oregon. I've served in this role for, this will be my 6th season, so I've done 5 years. I've volunteered with ORTOP in general for 8 years for both FTC and First LEGO League. I just want to give a shout out to all my FTC referees. We have several that return year after year. It's a team effort, and if you see a ref, thank a ref. When I'm not volunteering for ORTOP in my spare time, I am a technical program manager at Intel, and I just passed my 10-year work anniversary. So enough about me. Let's talk a little bit about this year's challenge. So quick disclaimer, the video you saw is just an introductory summary of the game. Where do you find out more info about the game? You read the manual and the forum. They're both very key in making sure you understand this season. As always, the precedence of rules for FTC, it's posted in the forum, followed by any information in the game manual part 2, followed by any videos. So if something was a little off on that video, make sure that you read the forum and watch the game and read the game manual. So forum, what is that? Those of you new to the program or coming from First LEGO League may not know what the forum is. In FTC, we have a place where teams can post questions, and folks from New Hampshire in the game design committee will actually summarize and provide clarification for certain rules within the game. So throughout the season, the head referees and the teams should all be up to date on what's posted in the forum, especially in the game rules and gameplay section. Things can change week to week, and we always try and go off the latest postings in the forum to make rulings when it comes to questionable calls on the field. So you can post there too. So if you're asking me questions, I also want to see them posted in the forum so we get official ruling from the game design committee. And again, the head referee will use both the forum and the game manual to rule anything at any event. So if you're not familiar with that material and the head referee is telling you for the first time, that's not a good situation. You don't want anything to be news to you as the referee explains why they ruled something. So moving on from there, what else can you do to prepare for an event? Every single time you are about to go to an event, you should be sure to step through the inspection checklist on your current rev of the robot. We know that robots are evolving throughout the season, so it's worthwhile prior to each event to step through the inspection checklist to give you the best opportunity to pass inspection the morning of the event. Okay, what else can I talk about? As you've seen in the game manual part 1, that's been posted for a while, they added cards this year. So we're going to have both yellow cards and red cards that referees are allowed to evaluate on teams. A card is issued as a result of a continued occurrence of a rule violation, and it's at discretion of the referees. Mostly the cards are going to be used to manage team and robot behavior to make sure that you are aligned with the mission of FIRST. In general, we have a yellow card and a red card, so very similar to soccer. A yellow card is a warning, and it's additive. So that means if you get evaluated a second red card or yellow card, it'll turn automatically into a red card. So 2 yellow cards equals 1 red card. A red card can be issued without a previous yellow card, and it means that there's a match disqualification. So not event disqualification, but a match disqualification. It will occur if there's egregious robot or team behavior. It'll occur if there's 3 or more incidents of repeated rule violation at that event. And anytime you have multiple red cards or you obtain them throughout the day at an event, it may result in a tournament disqualification. So you just got to keep track of that. So how do you keep track? If you are issued a yellow or a red card, you will be notified at the end of the match. The referee will actually hold up a yellow and red card in front of your alliance station. And we also will record it in the scoring software. So at any point, anyone can look up whether or not they have one. Now, a team that receives a yellow card at an earlier match in the day actually carries that yellow card into the subsequent matches. So that, again, because yellow cards are additive, they could result in a red card. But if you've also received a red card at any earlier match, you will go into the subsequent matches as if you already have a yellow card. So it's actually more risky to take actions that would get you another yellow card that could result in a red card. The cool news is that yellow cards and red cards do not carry over from qualification rounds to elimination matches. So you'll start with a clean slate and hopefully have learned your lesson throughout the day. And yellow and red cards that are issued during elimination matches will count for the entire alliance, not just the team that incurred the penalty. And if the alliance that does get a red card during a match during the elimination rounds will actually lose that match. So they'll get a total of a 0 score on the scoreboard. If both alliances happen to receive red cards, that would be crazy. Please don't do that. During an elimination round, the alliance that first incurred the penalty that got them the red card will lose that match and get the 0 score. So in general, now that all the manuals and the game video is released, there's always a penalty summary table. The penalty summary table in the game manual is always useful for summary for you to refer to and go back and read the rules as necessary, and that'll help you know if something is going to be a warning, a disable, a certain type of penalty, or these new yellow-red cards. So what else? The day of the event, we just wanted to make sure that everyone is feeling they are being evaluated fairly. So if you have a question, ask a referee. They are there. They do know the rules. If it needs to, it can go to a head referee and go from there. So if at any point you have left the field and you want to challenge something because you see it in the scoring software and something looks a little off, you should go directly to the head ref at that point at your event. Do not go back to a field ref. Do not go back to the scorekeeper. Go to the head ref and they will go find out what happened. Sometimes things get recorded in the software wrong and we can definitely fix it. And if something needs to be talked about why you got that penalty or why the score wasn't evaluated the way you expected, we'll make sure that you understand that and that each of the referees agree with what happened. So with that, there's nothing much I can say because the season was just released, but I hope everyone reads the game manual part 2, post their questions on the forum, and we'll see you at the league meets or the qualifying tournaments.